And one of the hottest thing, one of the biggest buzz is being able to do modern day calligraphy. It's just absolutely the buzz and the rage. But the question is, how do you learn how to do it? Well, we're gonna go to one of the country's leading experts. Miss Kelly joins us. She's the author of The Art of Brushed Lettering. She also is a teacher. She's passionate about sharing how can you do calligraphy, but you've really made it easy for all of us to figure it out. And I call it now this new modern calligraphy as opposed to the old traditional one.
Yeah, it's totally different from the traditional calligraphy. You have brush pens. I'm actually a scrapbooker and crafter, and I've taught scrapbooking classes, and then I picked up a brush pen and I became enamored with it. So I added calligraphy, taught myself calligraphy, added it to my scrapbook pages. I did some card making and I added it to cards. You can use it in home decor, and it's super simple to use with these workbooks and pens that we developed with American Crafts.
And she put this all together. So let's talk about what they're getting, what to expect, and then we'll show them how it works. So We're starting off over here.
Yeah, the bundle is the workbook for small brush pens.
And you created that, right?
Yes, and we have the paper pad for projects. There's black paper, craft, and white paper in here. And then we have a 3-pack of black brush pens. There's a fine, a medium, and a large brush tip pen.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Also, too, we've got really unique, if you want to go kind of crazy, these are double-sided pens that actually have brush tips on both sides. That's absolutely unique to what Kelly's created. We also have a 4-pack of additional, make sure I get this one right, 4-pack of paper pads. And if you want the practice, you stamp and then you go over the stamping, we actually have the stamps available as well. So where do we begin with this, Miss Kelly?
Well, you begin with the workbook, and it's set up just exactly how I would teach it. So at the beginning of the workbook, you have very smooth paper, first of all. It's really important to have very smooth paper. And you have tracing pages, and then tracing shapes. So the basic strokes, there's about 8 of them, and they compose all of your letters in the alphabet. Wow. And then the next section, you have the letters of the alphabet, the lowercase letters, and the last section, you would have the uppercase letters right here. So I'll just show you how the brush pen works. And in this, with the 3-pack, you would use the medium or the small brush tip pen. Now, a brush tip pen is flexible. That's the big difference. So you're moving away from the traditional dip pen and metal nib and ink, and you have everything. You take off the cap and you're ready to go.
Which would stop me there if you've ever tried to do traditional calligraphy. Just don't have the time for that.
All the components, right.
Yeah.
So this is fast and simple, but most importantly, it's super relaxing. So I suggest you sit down comfortably at a table. And the workbook really needs to be flat. So I'm going to take a few pages, lift it up. It's a coil. So because it's a coil at the top, that's important because left-handed people want to learn calligraphy as much as right-handed people. So this is suitable for both. And then I'll just show you, here's the tracing paper, again, right in the book. You don't need an extra pad of paper. You place this down, and then you practice holding the pen high on the barrel. That's important as well. You place your pen and you go, when you move the pen upwards, you have very light pressure and you draw a thin line. When you move the pen downwards, you press, it flexes, and you draw a very thick line. So you start with these beginner strokes, and then when you move on to the lowercase letters, you have the same concept, the same technique of moving, placing the tracing paper on. The letters are broken down into strokes, light up, push down, release, exit, and dot your I. So I and T are the first letters of the alphabet that you learn because they're very, very simple strokes. And then you cross your T. And so do you see all of these rows here of all of these letters over and over and over again? Sure. That is going to build up your muscle memory when you're working in your workbook. So it's very calming and meditative. And actually, when I was learning brush calligraphy, I became very, very calm doing this. And it became like a meditative practice every day. I have people who contact me and say, Kelly, I love these workbooks. My children use them to improve their fine motor skills. I use them to help my anxiety. I also want to address envelopes and make cards.
Right.
And so, as you know, there are many, many ways that you can use calligraphy with your crafting. And
oh, look at that.
Writing on envelopes is becoming super popular. Snail mail, we call it. And everybody says, I want to decorate a pretty envelope.
Right.
So they grab their brush pens after they learn the alphabet, and then they can make these projects like this.
And it just translates to so many cool things. And again, if you go on Pinterest, it is the rage. Everybody, I've never seen in a long time such a buzz on something that's so old. I mean, calligraphy is ancient, right? And then today, there's this whole modern buzz about it that we really do want to learn how to do what I call the modern looking calligraphy. And you can see that. I love these examples over there of how you really can bring it into a feeling that's very much today. If you do home decor, you'll love it. If you have really bad handwriting, I have, Kelly, probably some of the worst handwriting on the, I should have been a doctor. Quite frankly, my handwriting is hideous. But you know what? With calligraphy, I'm not embarrassed. Once you learn, now you can make things beautiful and pretty instead of I always have to go to my printer and print something out because my handwriting really is bad. And I've always wanted to learn calligraphy too. And I think you've made it so simplified in this kit.
And that's just it. Like, anybody can learn calligraphy. People ask me all the time, what's your real handwriting like? I have messy handwriting. Can I do calligraphy? And you know what? Brush lettering is completely different than handwriting, completely. They're not related. Huh. So you don't have to have good handwriting to do this at all. So what I'm doing right here is I am taking a stamp. Once you learn how to draw all these different shapes and you know how to write the letters, you can take all of these stamp sets and not just make cards by stamping, but you can trace over them. You can stamp them many times and practice your calligraphy by tracing the words. Because face it, everybody doesn't want to write alphabet every day of the year. They want to learn to write words and write quotes and make cards and just have fun with the calligraphy that way. So at the end of the day, you do want to write words, and the stamps are a great starting point for those words.
And you can also use the stamps, well, just as the stamps, which are great. Okay, so let me tell you what's available in the stamps. We have the everyday tracing stamps, and then we also have that are called Celebration or Everyday. So there's two choices. And very quickly, I'll show you this one. This is the Celebration, correct?
Yeah,
did I get that right?
That's a celebration.
And it's
the
a
everyday,
set of 4.
Yeah, you have days of the week, months of the year in the everyday, and so you can stamp in your planners and in your journals and use the stamps that way as well. So
again, this is everyday, and then this is called Celebration. It's a 4-pack. Quite frankly, I think the stamps are beautiful. So if you want to short and go really quick to having a look at calligraphy, that'll do it for you as well. All right, Ms. Kelly, welcome to HSN.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and stay right there on the line and do not hang up. Hey, by the way, definitely get social with us. We have so much fun on a day like today, especially when you participate. And what you can do is, if you want to post, you can hashtag It's Fun Here, and your pictures will pop up on our internet site. Which way am I going? I'm going over here. Anyway, so share your crafts. We've had so much fun. We want to see, what are you doing? What's going on? What have you made you want to share with someone else? So you just search HSN or hashtag It's Fun Here at hsn.com to upload your pictures, or you can do it through Twitter and Instagram. A lot of ways to be able to show off your great designs. Okay, I'm going to keep moving because this next thing is near and dear to my heart. And I'll tell you why. I have been stamping for a very long time, but I found